Welcome to part 8 of the Melrose vest. You should have picked up all of the stitches around the front neck and the back, and you should have done your return pass as well. And we're now going to work, I'm going to show you how to work your first row of the neckband in Tunisian reverse stitch. So the reverse stitch is the same stitch that you used for the hem. So just to sort of show you, once you've got your stitches just there, they're nice and big. You can see we've got big spaces there. So in case you don't remember how to do it, it's reverse stitch. So we're going to work on the reverse. So it's just slightly flip your work like this so you can see the back. And before you do that, look at your first stitch to work on. It's this one here. And again, for every vertical bar that you have at the front, you've also got one at the back. So just establish that first stitch there and take the yarn away. And my first bar to work on at the back is here. So I'm just going to keep the yarn out of the way like so. Insert your hook right under that back bar to work Tunisian reverse stitch, and don't take the tail but take your yarn around and pull through, and you go again, find your next one. The sort of further apart than they were at the hem here, so flip and find your next bar at the back here. So you're going to carry on doing this, just yarn around and pull through. You're going to carry on doing this for that whole first round, all the way around the front neck. Make sure you mark that the new stitch that you get when you go over the center stitch. Go all the way around, work your return pass, and I will meet you on the second row when you are 2 stitches away from the center stitch, and I'll show you how to do the TRS 2 tog, which is the Tunisian reverse stitch 2 together. Okay, so I have now worked my whole first row in Tunisian reverse stitch, my return pass, and I've now also started row 2 in Tunisian reverse stitch, and I've just stopped 2 stitches before my center stitch here. So I still have 2 empty stitches here. This is where we're going to work our decrease. Our decrease is always going to be worked on either side of the center stitch. That's to give us a nice V pointy neck. So to work the decrease the same way that you were working the Tunisian slip stitch 2 together in your decreases by going into 2 stitches as if to do a simple stitch, we're going to do the same but in pattern, which is in Tunisian reverse stitch. So again, you just flip to the back, and I'm simply going to go under one and both these stitches, yarn around and pull through both of them. That's our decrease there. Now I'm going to work into the center stitch. So I just go through the back, yarn around, pull through, move my marker up, and I'm going to decrease on this side of the center stitch again. So these are my 2, which one is mine? These are my 2 stitches. You just point, that's my center stitch. If you're not sure, pull on your work, and you can see that the center stitch is now, that's the center stitch, and I now have 1 stitch there and 1 stitch there. This one here is occupied by the center stitch, so I'm going to go into the back and go into both of these as if to work Tunisian reverse stitch, yarn around, pull through both. And this is how you do Tunisian reverse stitch 2 together. Now you're going to finish this whole row in Tunisian reverse stitch, work your return pass, do the same row again with the decreases. That's your row number 3, and then I'll meet you back here at the start of the cast off row. Okay, so you should be ready to cast off by now. I have not worked my row 3 in case you're counting my rows, but I'm going to pretend I have and that we are ready for casting off. So we're going to cast off in a similar way as when you were casting off for the armholes, but instead of doing it in Tunisian simple and slanted, we're going to cast off in Tunisian reverse stitch. So you might have already guessed, we're basically going to go into the first stitch in Tunisian reverse stitch. So yarn around and go through the stitch and through the loop on your hook, and that's the first stitch cast off. So now I'm going to go through the back and pick up the second stitch, yarn around, pull through and pull through the loop on the hook. And this is how you'll be casting them off in Tunisian reverse stitch. And I'm going to, so you do this until you get to 2 stitches before you center stitch, and I'm going to show you how to cast off 2 together in reverse stitch. So just work this way all the way down to 2 stitches before you center stitch. Okay, so I've just been casting off. As you can see, that gives us a lovely neckband. I've been casting off and I've got 2 stitches to work before my center stitch. Don't know if you can see them. I've got 1 and 2 stitches to work here. So we're going to work them in Tunisian reverse stitch. So we're going to, we're still going to maintain and do a decrease here. So I'm still going to go and work in the back loop of, I'm inserting my hook into the back loop of both stitches, then yarn around, go through both of them to work my decrease, but to also cast them off, you keep going round through the loop on your hook. That's these 2 decreased. Cast off. So now this is the center. This is the center stitch. So I'm simply going to do the same. You can take out the marker. So I'll put it on my hook, yarn around and pull through the stitch and through the loop on your hook, and then I'm going to do a cast off 2 together, these 2 here. So again, go through both of these stitches at the back, yarn around, go through both of them and through the stitch on your hook, and that's them cast off. And it gives you, let me just take this off, and it gives you a nice angle for your neckband. We now get a nice sharp angle for your neckband. So you're going to cast off now without doing more decreases. You're going to cast off all the way around to your back, to the end at the back, and then once your neckband is then finished, you will be seaming the left shoulder, just like I've shown you when we were doing the right shoulder. So seam your left shoulder, and seam as you're seaming the shoulder, carry on and seam the neckband seam, and I will meet you after that to show you how to pick up stitches along the armholes for the armbands.